Okay, so I want to talk about hadith. Okay, let me talk about hadiths. Right, this is also an area of huge conflict. Right, this is an area of controversy within Christian Muslim dialogue. Now, I'll be very blunt that Muslims are lying to you about the hadith. They are lying through their teeth. Even weak hadiths are considered authoritative because Muslims will constantly tell you that hadith is weak, and I will tell you that that absolutely does not matter at all. Weak hadiths are used as the foundation for Sharia law, for the fiqh, because sometimes there is no other source. And weak hadith are considered fully authoritative. They are considered fully correct, fully authoritative. And I want to go through the laws behind this. This is from the major scholarly sources. And also another thing, in 3, 4 years of doing this, I have asked Muslims, okay, look, you say that I'm wrong, you disagree, but you're simply you're offering opinion. You are not bringing sources and references from the madhabs to show where I've misquoted the law, because I'm just reading off the page. I'm showing the page on the screen from the book, and I'm reading from it. I'm not making it up, right? And Muslims refuse to meet with me to discuss these laws in public, to go through the books, to examine these laws and explain them, because as I said earlier, it's illegal. It's embarrassing for Islam. But hadith is something that they cause a lot of confusion about. So let us look at a book called the Fath al-Bari. Now, we're taking a step back here, but so the Fath al-Bari is a commentary on Sahih Bukhari. It is the most scholarly, most authoritative, most famous commentary on the hadith of Bukhari. And basically, scholars of Islam, when they become imams, they don't study the hadiths directly. They read the commentaries of the hadith. People are used to knowing about the tafsir of the Quran. What they don't realize is that they are tafsir of the hadith as well, right? And there are far more hadiths than there are Quran verses. There are millions of hadiths. There are not millions of Quran verses. There are, what, 6,000 Quran verses, 6,600 Quran verses, whereas there are millions of hadiths. So the hadiths are far more numerous and far more detailed. Now, the Fath al-Bari is something, now a new version of the Fath al-Bari was created between Medina University and Al-Azhar University. Right? Al-Azhar is the most famous Islamic seminary and legal university in the world that trains the highest number, the most highly regarded and respected imams. And Medina is obviously the city of the Prophet where he died, and of course they are a respected university of Islamic law as well. So they collaborated on creating a new English translation of the Fath al-Bari, which explains to us how hadith are graded and should be considered. And I'll explain that Muslims are misleading you and you need to give them this information instead. They speak of multiple means of transmission, right? So a hadith can come from multiple means of transmission. The content, the actual words of the hadith are different to its form of transmission, right? So the words of the hadith versus the channels through which it traveled, the people it skipped through to get to where it's going, those are considered different things. Now, the means of transmission can raise a hadith from well authenticated Hasan to rigorously authenticated Sahih, or the means of transmission can raise a weak hadith to Sahih. Okay? So, in other words, a hadith that is considered weak by one scholar can be considered Sahih by another, right? And that there are qualifications to all of this that the Muslim layman doesn't tell you, which the scholars know about. So, let me explain. This is from the Tafsir Sahih Bukhari, the Fath al Bari. It says here, removing weak hadith from works was not the example of the scholars. In other words, Muslim scholars did not remove weak hadiths from works. Otherwise, Imam Ibn Hajar, who wrote the Fath al-Bari, the commentary on Sahih Bukhari, would not have included them himself in the Fath al-Bari as sources for scholars to take knowledge from. Weak hadith are used to support opinions because a weak hadith containing the words of the Prophet is preferred over pure opinion and personal reasoning or personal ijtihad. So weak hadith are used over pure opinions, right? Over personal opinion, because a weak hadith containing the words of Muhammad are preferred over personal opinion. This is the example set by all the scholars, including Imam Bukhari, who used weak hadith deliberately in his work Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Now, all of us are only familiar with the Sahih Bukhari. They don't realize Bukhari wrote multiple other books. He wrote other collections of hadith which weren't the Sahih alone. So he used the weak ones in a collection called the Adab al-Mufrad. The Sahih of Imam Bukhari is a collection of the Sahih hadith specifically. It is not a collection of the only hadith that scholars use. The scholars themselves state a Sahih hadith has a 99% to a 100% chance of being completely accurate. So the scholars tell us a Sahih hadith is 99 to 100% accurate. A Hasan hadith is 85 to 99% accurate, and a Da'if hadith has a 45 to 85% chance of being entirely accurate. This is the widest band of accuracy, and even a fabricated hadith has up to a 45% chance of being accurate, because the grading it was given may have been wrong, or the fabricator may have spoken the truth in this instance. Weak hadith should not be treated like fabricated hadith, because an 85% chance of being accurate is a very high chance. So I hope that clarified the understanding of the scholars of the hadiths. And if anyone has a problem with that, Muslims have to go to Al-Azhar and explain to the scholars there, the mujtahids there, that they are wrong and that average anonymous Muslim in the comments knows better than they do.